Welcome back to So You Need a Monster, Episode 4. Today we're painting a Quipper, vicious little fish with big teeth and bad attitudes. This model is from the Lost Adventures Company and is actually a whole swarm of Quippers. We'll start by priming the whole model in light tan. This will give us a warm, natural base to build on instead of just a stark white or black. First, I'm going to mix up a mid-tone gray from the black and white, aiming for kind of a neutral mid-gray, and about the same visual strength as my green. I did have to look up that art term. Then we'll mix that gray into the green and create this kind of desaturated green that feels a little more natural and kind of like camouflagey. Then I'm going to use that desaturated green to paint the bottom half of each fish. I'm not worrying too much about staying precise since I'm building natural patterns. Then I'm going to take that desaturated green and add some white to it to make a much lighter tone. And I'm going to use that to paint the top half of each fish. It's okay if your base coat is still wet and they blend a little bit, or even if it's a little uneven. Again, it's a natural line on an organic creature. Then I'm going to mix in some black to our original desaturated green and put some dots along the sideline of each of the fish in an irregular line in varying sizes. It's going to break up that silhouette a little bit and I think maybe make it a little more organic camouflagey. Next, I'm going to use pure black to paint the eyes, make them kind of scary and predatory. Then I'm going to use white to pick out each of the teeth. Just use a little bit on the tip of the brush or the side of the brush to get each of the tiny details. Then I'm going to mix some white and the light brown until I get a nice bone color that I like. And I'm going to use that to paint the bone details on the bottom of the base. Then I'm going to use my base green color to pick out some of the river plants that are growing on the base. And then I'm going to use my dark brown for the rest of the riverbed base, any rocks or dirt or anything like that. Once all of that is completely dry, thin down some green, darken it slightly beyond your original base desaturated green color, a little bit of black, a little bit of brown, and then put it as a wash over the whole piece. It's important that it's darker so that it shows in the recesses. If you have a pre-made wash, feel free to use that instead. Once the wash is completely dry, use a small brush to touch up any of the details that got overmuted. I hit the teeth with some pure white to bring those as a big focal point on the model, and a couple of the plants to bring out some of that bright green. Finally, I painted the base rim solid black for a clean finish to the model. And that's the swarm of Quippers. Quick, deadly, and ready to strip the adventurers to the bone. Thanks for joining us on Dashing Swordsman. If you're enjoying the series, feel free to subscribe and let me know what monster you'd like to see. Good luck and have fun painting.